at the beginning, I right off, the course, I got some clients that have a company and they needed working capital. So we did immediately on February, at the end of the month, I did a 1.2 million working financing and then a 2 million to the same company, providing working financing with the revenues, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that
Okay.
was a nice income right off the bat, right? Like you say. Right?
Within 30 days, you actually got a deal closed after training. Is that correct?
Yes, immediately,
Oh.
immediately. I got the support of of the people there, CCTG, and they helped me all the way. And I did this.
And what did you make off that? Do you remember?
Yes, yeah, it was. I made like $35,000.
35,000. Wow.
Yeah, $35,000 in that
In
deal.
30 days.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
There are just too many commercial loan brokers that don't have a damn clue of what they're doing. All we're trying to do here is better the industry for everybody. At the end of the day, you can make great money in this industry, but in the end, it's all about helping people. People always say, Chris, how can I be a successful broker? It's two words, hard work and dedication. If you don't like talking to people, you probably shouldn't be in this business. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Entrepreneurs in Finance, where we explore the daily lives of CCTG graduates and lenders and CCTG staff as well. On this episode, I am very excited to interview Luciano from LMC Alternative Capital. Hi, Luciano.
Hi, Chris. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How are you? What part of the country are you in?
South Florida.
You're in South Florida. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
South Florida. Great weather right now. Not too warm. Beautiful weather. This is the best time for me in the year when it's not too warm.
Don't rub it in because we got 20 degrees here and snow. It's good to see you, my friend. Now, if you could remind me, what year/month did you come through CCTG? Do you remember?
Right before that COVID came. We heard about that COVID. That was at the beginning of 2020. Actually, January. I had that class at January 2020 or February. Yes. I think February it was. Okay. Yeah, I started February, and I think that was the last class in person that you were hosting. I think, yeah. So I was lucky that I got to go because in person, it was great. Yeah.
What's funny is I remember I was in Italy. I took a trip to Italy, Bologna, and you and I are fellow Italians. Although you could hear your accent more than mine. But in any event, I was in Italy in January, and I remember there was a whole thing about there was a ship quarantined off of the coast of Italy that people had corona, but it was before anybody really knew really what corona was. And then I came back to the United States, that class, we had the class, and then 2 months later, everything shut down. So I probably brought back corona to the United States. Nobody knows.
Maybe Italy. Italy. I think in the north of Italy started it in a stadium, in a soccer field,
right?
Something like that. I think started. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, tell me about your experience going through class. You were here in person. What was that experience like? Were you overwhelmed? Was it? Describe your emotions.
Right. Yeah. No, I was very excited about taking, that course. I did a lot of research. I read and saw a lot of interviews and people that went through that class before. So it took me a lot of research and thinking because I wanted to choose the best of the best out there. And I'm glad that I did that and I chose the best of the best. And I'm very happy to have all that knowledge that I received there, and all the support that I have, because one of the things that it makes me feel good is that I have a tool, knowledge, and I have a platform that I can use, to have a good professional life without counting on having an employer, hire me and pay me a salary. So
Sure.
it's a way, makes me feel comfortable, good, and at my age, usually all my friends, they are retiring because
Mhm.
I mean, after in my age, you retire, nobody wants to pay you, and then you have to see what you do. But in my case, I still, if God gives me, health, I can continue doing this, for 20 years, no problem,
And,
without depending on anybody.
and it looks like you operate this out. You've chosen to operate this out of your own home, correct?
Yes, yes. I chose to operate in my home. Well, I have we I have. Then I'll tell you a little bit. What I used to do and I still do.
Yeah.
So what I do now complements very well.
Yeah.
My
So
profession.
what did you do prior to CCTG?
Well, I've been a wealth advisor for 25 years, financial advisor. So I've been advising, consulting.
Okay.
I work for banks, private banks, and also broker dealers, big broker dealers. And then I decided to do this business also because I thought commercial financing was something that was different and something that I could do very well because instead of asking for money, I can provide financing, provide money. So I thought
A
it
lot
was
different.
a lot different. But I still do my wealth advisory. I got independent. We run a family office. I have Italian parents, but most of they immigrated to Peru,
Mm.
and most of my clients are from Peru, and we have the family office. But also now I have the commercial financing division, right? So it's great. It's great. I have now different sources, and I can provide a more consolidated, services to the clients.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So we've had people from your background come through training, wealth advisors, et cetera. But and I think you all do kind of try to do the same thing, which is I think is a great add-on. You already advise clientele, but now you're going to that clientele saying, hey, if you need any type of business or real estate financing, I can help you with that too. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct because most of the clients that we manage their liquid assets, let's say, right? All of them, they have real estate. Real estate is the biggest investment for most of the people,
Right.
So I can provide financing for the real estate projects.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
okay, so you went through training, which you said was very good for you, and then tell me about what products did you choose to concentrate in? Do you have a particular niche?
Yeah, well, at the beginning, we got all the products that they were new for me, different products, asset-based lending. We have factoring, supply chain financing. I saw also, real estate financing, short-term, long-term, and also I saw working capital needs.
Mhm.
So at the beginning, I wanted to do a little bit of everything, or I wasn't sure which way to go. And of course, at the end, I chose myself to do real estate financing. I think I mean, I love it. I think it's a great industry, always been and will be. So, even though at the beginning, right off, the course, I got some clients that have a company and they needed working capital. So we did immediately on February, at the end of the month, I did 1.2 million working financing and then a 2 million to the same company, providing working financing with the revenues, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that
Okay.
was a nice income right off the bat, right? Like you
So
say, right?
within 30 days, you actually got a deal closed after training. Is that correct?
Yes, immediately,
Oh.
immediately. I got the support of of the people there at CCTG, and they helped me all the way. And I did this.
And what did you make off that? Do you remember?
Yes, yeah, it was. I made like $35,000 in
35,000. Wow.
yes, yeah, $35,000 in that
Within
deal.
30 days.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
what package? I didn't ask you this. What package did you purchase from us? The gold or platinum or which
No,
one?
platinum, platinum.
Platinum. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. For
Well,
the marketing.
that must have felt good. You invested 68,000 roughly, and then in 30 days you got half the money back, which is
I
not typical.
recouped.
People say it's not typical in 30 days. I'm going to say
That's
that,
right.
but you actually did it in 30 days. Wow.
Yes, yes, that was great. I got half of the money back
Yeah.
in 30 days, and but also it demonstrated I had that tool to be able to produce money, right?
Correct.
And that's the best feeling, to be able to have the tools and the platform to produce money on your own terms, right? And
Right.
that's the most important thing I think for me.
And it's just you in the business, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You didn't have any partners or anything like that.
No, not for the commercial financing. No.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Not for commercial financing.
What do you like about the business the best compared to what you did before? What do you like about this business?
Right. Well, what I like about the business is that that people, companies, they reach out to me, and then when I'm able to provide the financing to them, they're so happy, they're so thankful that I provided that to them, right? And at the same time, I'm making money doing something good for them, right? So that's what I like the most about the business. Yes, and of course now I'm focusing more on real estate financing, and real estate is very exciting. I mean that industry is very exciting, and when you're in the financing part, is even better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
And there's a lot of activity. Do you find most of your deals come from your local area, or are you doing deals all over the country?
No, I'm starting to. I'm all over the country really because I'm using the marketing that the CCT provides. So I have access to leads that they come from all over, right? For example, I closed in November, in October, I closed a deal in Chicago. That was one of those leads that came over. This guy has a lot of experience. He had a building of 4 units, and he wanted to refinance to a better rate. He had like a 7% rate, so I got him to a long-term rental for 30 years at 4.15%, for example, right? And I'm also cash out. I provide cash out, and I charge 2% me of a fees.
And that lead, you got that lead from us, is that correct?
Yes, I got that lead from the marketing group of your company.
And tell me about that deal. Like, so it was a real estate deal. And was it a refi or an acquisition?
It was a refi cash out.
Refi.
It was a refi cash out. Yes.
And how big was that transaction?
It was $562,000.
About $500,000.
Yes, right. A little more, almost closer to 600,000. So I made like 12,000 there.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you what was your about
12?
So,
a little less than 12,000. I made that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long did that take you to close? From point when you got the lead to when you actually received the commission?
Yeah, it took like 3 weeks to close.
3 weeks to close.
Yeah,
okay.
3 weeks to close.
All right.
That's right. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so it was pretty good, and now I'm working, for example, in this guy, a lot of experience in Atlanta, Georgia. He's originally from Miami, so he wants to come back and visit me because he's happy about this deal that we're closing. Right. This is a fix and flip that this guy owns like $3 million of properties, and that's what he does,
Right.
all the time. So we're working on a purchase and rehab for this. This is gonna be $571,000
Wow.
between the whole amount, right? Purchase, rehab, all that.
And where'd you get that lead?
Also from the marketing group.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because somebody just came in here. I want you to say hi. You could thank him for all those leads. Come here, Alex.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
Hey, good. How you doing? How you doing?
Great. Nice to see you, man. Great.
We'll be talking this week, but it's good to hear these success stories for sure. So
Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much.
A $500,000 deal from one of our leads, a real estate deal.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
That's right. That's right.
Those ones.
Yeah. Yes. And we're gonna have a call with Alex Friday to projection for next year. To increase the revenue even more. Yeah.
Definitely good to see you, and
looking good. You guys are looking good.
we want to see you at NACLB as well and winning those awards. So
yeah, great. Thank you. Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Yeah. We have to convince Alex to shave his beard because it keeps getting longer every day. I keep telling him to do a clean cut, but he's not listening to me. Anyway, he wanted to say hi. So
thank you.
Yeah. So okay. So let me ask you this. It sounds like you're doing very well. You're rolling here after more than a year. What's one thing you don't like about the business? Like, what's one thing that you didn't know, that you didn't anticipate before getting into business? Because right in every business we do, we have to love doing it, but there are there are things that annoy us. So what annoys you the most about the business?
No, the thing is that there is a lot of market people offering loans everywhere, right? That maybe they are not too professional.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit people trying to offer something that they're not prepared to, right?
Right. So they're not serious.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, that this industry, I mean, it would be great, if it could be, used by, more all professional people, right?
Yeah.
Not prepared, to be well prepared, well trained, like we got from you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we talk about this in class, but do you find that the longer you're in this business, the better you're able to determine very quickly whether a borrower is serious or not?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's very important, because time is money. You have to identify very quickly the people that you talk to immediately, right? That's for sure very important. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no, that's good. So let me ask you, there's a couple of questions in doing this podcast that I'll just ask you kind of off topic, right? So off topic of financing, so our viewers get to know you a little better. And we have a lot of people that watch this, both existing graduates that watch this and people looking into us, but so they're always curious to know the personality behind the name and the company. But
right.
A question I'll ask is, look, if you could have dinner with somebody dead or alive, so somebody in the past or somebody in the present, it could be one person where you can have 2-3 hours of their time, who would it be? Anybody?
No, my grandfather.
Your grandfather?
My grandfather from my father, yes, because he passed away when I was 11 years old. The Italian immigrant that went to Peru, and he was very successful. He worked since he was 13 years old in Italy. He immigrated to Peru. He worked in a like a bodega, And he created one of the largest bakeries, those type deli bakeries in Lima, like two. They were very famous, and he bought a lot of properties all over Lima.
Wow.
And I would like to be able to sit with him and explain to me his thinking. But
maybe that's where you got your business acumen from. Your grandfather.
Maybe yes, I have good stories. Yes.
Okay, all right. What's one thing that what's one thing by just meeting you we wouldn't really realize about you? And that could be like a hobby that you're into, or something that we wouldn't normally know about Luciano?
Well, I used to be a tennis player. I
Tennis player.
played, yes, I played since I was juniors. I was top junior playing in Peru, and then I went to play college tennis. I went to the U.S., to Texas. I played college tennis. I had full scholarship.
Wow.
And I traveled to Europe to play tournaments and all that. And then I played Davis Cup for Peru, and I won my match against a country in South America. So yeah, tennis was one of my thing,
Do you still
tennis.
play? Do you still play tennis?
Yes, I play with my friends that we used to play. We play here. We train with people from my age, but good level.
Yeah.
But and I use it for business too.
Let me ask you this: have you ever walked on a court with a bunch of young bucks playing and say, "Hey, let me get a match with you," and then all of a sudden you just beat the crap out of them?
Yes, yes,
Have
yes, yes, yeah.
Did you go to NACLB this past couple months?
No, unfortunately, I couldn't go. I wanted to go, but for personal reasons, I couldn't go. But I'm looking forward to go next year.
Yeah, well, we're there back next year. But the reason I asked is because I got to know Sugar Ray Leonard, who was our keynote speaker, pretty good.
Right.
And now that's all what the main sport that he plays for recreation, for fun, is tennis. He's an
really
player. Yeah.
Probably he plays pretty good.
Probably. Who's the best tennis player in history, in your mind?
Well, for me, I always remember in my time Bjorn Borg, the Swedish guy, right? Bjorn Borg. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
At that time, those players were my idols, right? Bjorn Borg or Guillermo Vilas from Argentina, #1 in the world. Those guys. Now, of course, today we have amazing players like Djokovic. He could be one of the best in the world, but Djokovic, Nadal, and all those guys. But the tennis has changed.
Yeah,
a lot. It's a more powerful, different racket. I think the racket makes it more power. It's a different game.
Yeah,
it's a different game.
I used to like watching John McEnroe when he used to complain and yell at the referees. That was fascinating.
Yeah, John McEnroe is from the Northeast. You're from, he's from John McEnroe. I remember he passed away. Vitas Gerulaitis, John McEnroe, all those guys from New York.
New York, yeah, they all yell at everybody. We yell at
them. Yeah, they were, bad, they look like bad guys, on the court, but they were nice outside the court.
Yeah.
That's the way. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. What are your plans for the future now? I mean, like, where do you want to take your business? Do you have any aspirations for the next couple of years with your business?
Yes, I would like to be part of my family office that we're running, an important division of the family office, and I want to bring big projects. For example, I meet different people. Last night I was invited in Miami Beach. Now that the Art Basel is on, there's a lot of things going on. I'm in the family office network, and I was invited by an Italian guy that lives in Panama. He's the 6th richest guy in Central America. He's Italian but married with a Panamanian, and he has a lot of projects. So I would like to use. I already spoke to him about our commercial finance business to be able to provide financing to this project.
Okay.
So I want to take it to. I mean, I'm excited about that big business that you can do with this, right?
Yeah, very good. And as you know, you never know who you know or standing next to who somebody else knows. I mean, a big deal could only be one person away that knows somebody, or it's you gotta network yourself. You know that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, now comes the time where you could ask me anything. So is there anything you want to ask me? It could be personal. It could be off topic. Is there one thing that you want to ask me? And I promise I'll answer any question, no matter how scandalous it could be.
No, I mean, I know, I heard about your story. I always admire, people that have been successful in business, in the right way. And I know your story. I know you started your company, I think, in the supply chain factoring business. and you,
That was
I think you sold that business,
correct.
and then you create your own company. But yes, it would be great to. I like to, to see how you did it, right? To understand how you did it, because it's a way to absorb, the good things,
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. That's I mean, there's not one aspect where I can say, here's how I did it. It was a culmination of things, obviously, that I think everybody knows, hard work, dedication, not giving up.
right,
Even though, as you know, in this even in the loan brokerage business, there's times where you may want to give up or you get frustrated. And us as Italians, we tend to yell at people when we get frustrated, which at least I admit it. But you have to just stay the course, and you have to just, don't give up,
right.
and always have that goal in mind. And that's an attitude that I've always carried through with me, no matter what business I've started. So,
Right, right. No, there's nothing like having your own business, and don't depend on anybody. Even I tell you, I work for banks.
yeah,
I'm broker dealers, big broker dealers, and at the end of the day, they expect you to work for them, to make money for them, not for the clients.
correct.
And that's why I'm independent. I have my own family office. I integrated commercial financing, like I told you, but now I work for my client,
Now
for
you
the
work,
benefit of my client, not for the bank, not for the broker dealer.
right,
I don't need to sell, the product they want you to sell.
right.
So, I'm an advocate against them. So I work for my clients, for the families.
You're right. Well,
That's what I like to do.
and your work efforts only benefit the client and yourself. It's not, like you said, it's not benefiting somebody else.
No, no, no.
No.
Right, right. Exactly, exactly.
Right, 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 right. Well, I mean, listen, it sounds like you're doing very well. I take it you're happy, right?
Yes, I'm happy. Yes, I cannot complain.
I
Yeah.
take, yeah. And even, I think everybody in Miami's happy, no? I mean, the weather is just perfect. I don't know.
Yes, I was in a meeting last night with a lot of family office owners. One of them was the grandson of Forbes, the magazine Forbes, was there in the table. And they all live in Florida. And the other guys, they are happy to live in Miami. They love Miami. They really, it's more fun, better weather. That's what they say, right? So I don't know. I don't know how it's in other parts of the U.S., but
I think, yeah, I think you're right. I mean,
yeah.
every time I go down to South Florida, I think I'm happier. So I'd have to agree with that. I'd have to agree with that.
Mhm.
Um, well, um, anything else you want to ask before we wrap up? I think this was
Uh,
good.
yes, yes, no, it's great. It's good. It's very good. I'm looking forward to grow the business. I'm very happy. I'm very glad that I met you guys, and I learned this different part of the financial industry, which is exciting and very interesting, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a good point. So you kind of knew about finance already, just based on your background and your in-depth background. But after you came here, you learned a whole nother side that you really didn't know
Totally
about.
different. It's a different side of the business. Totally
Right.
different side. Yeah, even now, other wealth advisors, they come up to me to asking me if I can provide financing for their clients, right?
Mhm.
So because they don't do that, and they don't have access to what we have access to, that the lend the good private lenders that we have access. That's a
Yeah.
huge. It's huge. It's
Huge.
really, yes. I mean,
And
that's
what's the
that's an asset. That's
yeah,
an
no,
asset that we have.
that is the asset you have. I talk about that. What's the reception when you tell a former colleague or a wealth advisor what you can do for their clients? Are they very receptive to that?
Yes, very receptive, because they don't have what I have.
Right.
They don't have what I have. I can provide. Yes. Can you provide me financing for this? Yes, we can. So yes, they are like, they wish they can do what I'm doing. Of course, I don't tell them more information because I don't want more competition, right?
You don't tell them you went to CCTG.
No, I don't tell them. I don't tell them about CCTG. No,
Yeah.
No, not to them, right?
No, I know. I know.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
right. But yeah, but very excited, very happy, and the support that I have is great, very professional.
Appreciate it.
Every time, every time I need something, I call and very receptive. I got support. Yeah.
We try hard. We certainly try hard.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Well, I think that just about wraps it up. Luciano, I want to really thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to be on this. And I think it helps, like I said, it helps people get to know a little bit about the day in the life of what it's like to, post CCTG training.
Mm-hmm.
Even graduates that watch this to get some tidbits from, other people out there of what they're doing and, and how they're doing it. So I appreciate it. I appreciate your time.
No, I'm so glad, to be with you here and to be able to talk to you and to the people that are listening.
Absolutely. And next time I'm in South Florida, we'll get together maybe.
Yes, for sure.
I'm not
get
playing
together, have some lunch. You don't play tennis?
No, I'm not playing tennis because I'm smart enough to know that I'm not going to be hustled by you because I know you'll beat me. So no tennis.
We play doubles. We can play doubles.
All right. As long as I'm on your team.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Luciano.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that wraps it up for this episode on Entrepreneurs in Finance. Luciano with LMC Alternative Capital. You'll catch us on the next one. Look out for future episodes. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Commercial Capital Training Group, to catch a lot of the other episodes. So,
will do.
Thank you, Luciano.
Bye.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. There are just too many commercial loan brokers that don't have a damn clue of what they're doing. All we're trying to do here is better the industry for everybody. At the end of the day, you can make great money in this industry, but in the end, it's all about helping people. People always say, Chris, how can I be a successful broker? It's 2 words, hard work and dedication. If you don't like talking to people, you probably shouldn't be in this business.